Is going on, everyone? And welcome back to another Gloss Garage podcast. I'm your host, Sock, and hopefully you all can hear me good. Just let me know, type it in the in the chat. Let me know if everybody hears me. What's going on, Humberto? What's going on, Tim? David Boyce? Do you guys hear me okay or not? Just let me know. And also, hey, what's going on, Becca? How's everything? All right, perfect. All right, so as long as you guys hear me clearly, we're all set to go. And yes, so this is the first wash in my garage, and we will you know, do a quick demo on this. Is my first time actually using this is the Wakeeater pH neutral safe soap and their UV protection detailer. Not really much to this quick detailer. I know it says it has some UV protection, but I'm guessing it probably lasts a couple days, maybe one slight rain. Even if I was to use it today, then go out in the rain the next day, it'll probably be gone. I'm not too sure about this, but yeah, that is what it is. But the most important thing is this one that it is biodegradable right away, and it's fish safe, turtle safe, everything safe. So um, something to keep in mind with this whatsoever. What's going on, Ulysses? Sock is all about saving the turtle. What's going on, Jamie? Definitely, that's what I am here for, to save the turtles and their cells. And yeah, so let's get started with that. And I've already done the wheels and tires off screen, so that way you guys don't have to deal with it. I have my second camera over there. And I also do have a ceramic coating already on my vehicle. So this is a great thing to apply a quick detailer on, because that's all that I will be using. And let me bring you all in so you can see. And I tinted my windows already. So this is it's legal in Mexico, just not legal here in South Carolina. But I tinted my whole windows. And that is about it. Let me bring y'all close here so y'all can see the water beading, and let me swap the camera over so we could change, and hopefully y'all see that even better. All right, so first off is the paints. So let's see what I have cooking on here. Now, my vehicle is slightly dirty. It's not crazy dirty whatsoever because I've been driving it only really in during the daytime, and it hasn't really been raining at all this week here in South Carolina. So I'm gonna show y'all all the water beads. So this coating that I have here is hopefully I could take a guess and see what coating I have on here. And it is super hydrophobic. I'm really impressed, and obviously very, very, very glossy. There it is right there. Nice, tight, round beads, as y'all see there. Now, in terms of the wheels, I did coat the wheels as well, and I coated them with this one. I could tell y'all right off the bat. So the paint is with C6 Diamond Gloss. That's what I ended up putting on the paint. And then on the wheels, I ended up using Labo Cosmetica's HPC 2.0. The reason for that is because I already opened it and applied it all over my glass. So this probably hopefully lasts about a year or so. We'll see how long it'll last on the wheels. And then on the glass, it's just doing amazing well. So that is what we have right there. And yeah, so that is what we got going on right here as we speak. So let's get started with the wash, and y'all will all see me do this real time, live time. So here I already have 500 mils right here on the quiver foam cannon, and I'm gonna take a whiff of this. So smells a little bit. I don't know. Let me just pop this lid open right here. Mm, mm. Smells a little funky. I don't know. I don't like that. Mm. Smell preference for me. I don't know what this smell is. Mm, I don't like it. Um, I wish it just wasn't biodegradable. Maybe. Nah, it doesn't smell good. I don't know what it smells like. It smells like bubble gum mixed with like iron. I don't know. It just doesn't have that pleasant smell. Smells like a squid, definitely for sure. Smells like that squid right there. And all it says is here on the direction says use 3 ounces to 500 milliliters of water, 1,000 milliliters of water. So here I have 500 mils. So I will be just putting 1.5 ounces because that'll be more than enough. So I'm gonna fill it up to the 1.5 ounce mark right there. And there it is, 1.5 ounces of Wakeeater. Here I just have the standard orifice for my foam cannon, and I will put this on right here. The fish safe boat soap. That is facts, Eddie. That is facts for real. Let me see. And then any questions, just let me know, and hopefully Eddie and Jamie can answer some of that. Can Sock and Titan Tim come out to play? That was well, I asked Titan Tim if he wanted to show up, but he passed on today. So here now, in terms of my pressure washer, this is the one Keith gave to me was the big boy, the pro, whatever one. It's I like it, really good, way better than the active that I had before. And in terms of my pressure washer gun, I am using the Tutulic. That's the one he recommended. So I bought it using his affiliate link on Amazon. So shout out to Keith in terms of the fan. Got the fan going. Let me put all the way to the right, max foam, and try to spray away, see how much foam this gives. And let me tighten up this fan right here. Whoops. There it is. Maybe it's all the way to the left, max foam. Let's see. No, that's all water. And all the way to the right. And I do have hard water here in South Carolina. I guess I can't make foam. Uh, Give me 1 second. Let me maybe add a little bit more of Wakeeater on this. Just because I do have hard water here, it's about 160 ppm. So let me add a bit more soap on this thing. So I pretty much use 3 ounces now on this for sure for 15 milliliters or 500 milliliters, which is like an equivalent of 16 ounces. All right, shake this bad boy up. And whatever foams comes out, that's what we using. I don't care at this point. And time to foam away. Now, in terms of the ceramic coating, this is the C6 coating, and let me see if I can make some incredible stuff. Let me see if I can make this foam. I'm not having the best experience with this, so I'm just gonna chime in and put. Nah, instead of incredible stuff, I'm gonna put more of this Wakeeater stuff. Going on to 4 ounces for this stuff. 4 ounces to make this foam. All right, or like 4.5 ounces. for Wakeeater. So let's see what happens. It's either that or the coating. I don't know. Or maybe the water. But 500 mils of water and pretty much 4 ounces of Wakeeater. Back around here. It foams up decently well now, of course, for 4 ounces, but with the C6 coating, it is just rejecting the soap pretty much ASAP. As you see here, it's grabbing on. It's the running one. I may need to change the actual orifice of this foam cannon to get more foam. Now, to be quite honest, I am not a big fan of the smell. The smell is not my favorite soap whatsoever. I don't like it. Now I'm just going to pour the rest of this inside the bucket wash. Um, Actually no, because I'm gonna rinse this down and then foam on a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do as a test, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna pour the rest in the bucket, and I'm just gonna use 1 to 2 ounces of Incredible Suds and see if it's the soap itself that didn't make it suds up as much. So that is what I am going to do. So put this inside my bucket wash because it's already like 4 ounces in here. Dump this right up in this thing right here and grab some, say, Incredible Suds. You know what? I have Apex soap V3, so I'm gonna put like 2 ounces of this in here and see if it's the soap itself. So yeah, I'm just letting that dwell for a bit, and while that's dwelling, let me answer some question. Water isn't too hard here, sock. I got form like yeah. So that's what I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna see what's up. I think it's crazy. Well, compared to New York, to me, this is hot hard water because in New York I had what 30 ppm highest. So that's it. What's going on? Good wash detail. That foam looks like it was shot from a gun. Yo, Rich, right? That's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test out Apex Auto Wash, and I am going to fill this up. I'll let this dwell. So let me turn off of the pressure washer so I don't got all that pressure coming out of my gun. The smell, I don't like it. You know what? I'm gonna have to use Incredible Suds. I don't enjoy this smell. Their quick detailer smells good. Quick detailer smells good. This 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 smell is bugging me. That's just me. So I'm gonna pour all of this out and fill this up to 500 mils. That is what I'm doing. And this is a pH neutral soap. This is 500 mils right there. This is a pH neutral soap. So don't expect crazy cleaning. I need something that smells good. So I'm gonna use Incredible Suds. Said I can't even use this. I'm gonna use pans because Incredible Suds is too thick. I'm I'm gonna use pans thing, and this pan says 1 ounce of product for good foam, 2 ounce for super thick foam. So I'm gonna put 2 ounces, which is pretty much two squirts. So that's one, that's two. Put 2 ounces of pans thing, so I could breathe a little bit. So yeah, time to rinse this all off, and I will show y'all how the beating is while I'm rinsing this off. And while we do that, let me turn on the pressure washer. Bam, bam. Put this right back inside the foam cannon and rinse everything off. As you can see, you could tell it has at least a double surfactant, pretty much like most soaps have now in the market, where it has this slight little film that pretty much tells you it's encapsulated that extra dirt and grime that's on there or traffic film. Easily rinsed off. Set that down here. We just rinse off the rest of the hood or the roof. All right, that is pretty much it for this part. So time to foam on some of this hand soap and see how it foams. So this soap is intended for, yeah. Well, yeah, David Boys. You could use this for boats, but it's also you can use it on automotive paint as well. It's no issues whatsoever on that. So time to put this on. He said pivoted for yeah, I had to pivot on there. I don't like the smell of the soap. That's me. And that is me. So time to put on pants. I know this smells good. I was gonna grab Incredible Suds, but it is just too thick, and I don't feel like mixing it up. I'm gonna do what Keith does, where he pretty much just dilutes it. I think is 32 to 1. I think that's what he has it. It's like 1 ounce or 32 ounces of water, and he just has it sitting there for a couple months, and that's what I'm gonna do with that 16 ounce. So next time I could just pour it in, and it's just easier to fill. And that is with 2 ounces of pans. So it's probably just the soap in itself that is not foaming much. Look at that thick shaving cream with pans. There we go. Hopefully you guys are still with me. Went out a little bit. Yeah, probably the internet going on around here, but I'm back. I'm back. But yeah, this is with pan soap. Pan soap right away just just with 2 ounces in the same amount, which was that 15 I said 15 ounces of water or 16 ounces of water and 1 ounce of a product. I should have just went with that. That was just more than enough. So I'm gonna pour this in here. Bro, I'm in South Carolina. Y'all just got internet probably like 3 months ago, Tim. I was in New York, it wouldn't happen like this. The difference with New York is all the homeless people gets into your the difference is the people in New York, all the homeless people somehow taps into your Wi-Fi. Over here it's just rednecks just got the Wi-Fi. So foam will linger, easy on, easy off, and dissipates quickly. It's both. So yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to work. I don't really give a crap on it, low key. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Bam, bam, bam. That's it. Exactly. Now that's the foam. That is the foam with pans thing. Now to see that QD with UV. Yeah, pretty sure it's gonna work just fine. So let me just wash the vehicle down real quick. Gonna use my favorites, which is my zero cuff from Auto Fiber, Chenille Washment. Hopefully the house of rats can carry this. 'Cause I really like that. I really like that zero cuff thing. So got my puppy dolly right here. This little bad boy. Gonna foam this up and do the contact wash. Now it smells so much better in my garage. No lie. I just prefer this one. And look at that. This is, yeah, hear that? Just all that. All of that nice soap. Yep. So that thing ain't sudsing up. That soap. As I said, my vehicle is practically super clean, especially with the coating in itself is just gonna clean everything off pretty much right away. My washlet is coming out nice and clean, regardless. I don't even need a freaking rinse bucket on my car. This is this is awesome. I'm just breezing around through this thing, and as I said, first impressions in terms of the smell wasn't there. Now, in terms of the suds and the foam, I used pretty much 3 ounces and in 16 ounces, and I did not get the amount of suds I was expecting. Flip this around. So let me know what y'all think on it. Now, in terms of the quick detailer, pretty sure that'll definitely be a different story. It is a quick detailer, so I expect it to be pretty good on that end. And in terms of the smell, that smells like a sourish type of clean smell, like a green apple. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells good. Smells very, very, very good. And here I am just cleaning right here. Look, the wash, man. This is why I love the zero cuff, just because it is easy. I don't have to worry about that little strap on the end. That cuff that just makes everything so difficult at the end. Where if you accidentally bend that over, it's going to definitely scratch your paint. So I love the zero cuff chenille wash mitts. There in here, HPC 2.0 from Labo Cosmetica is checking that soap just fine as well. And as you see here, C6 is ejecting it even quicker. Put y'all down. I'm almost done. Probably another 25 seconds left, 30 seconds. Just because I'm over here. That right there. Flip this around, and I am done with the cap. Oh, I forgot this front side of the bumper. Sorry, another 20 seconds left. Forgot this side right here, side view mirror, and this front bumper. And we are, whoops, almost dropped. And we are done. Later, fellas. Yo, Adamo, I was asking all the questions for it, bro. They just said it's just a soap. You could use it in automotive. That's pretty much all the details I got. I'm just gonna use it as is. If they say you could use it in a car wash soap, that's all that fucking matters. That's I'm just being real. If somebody says you can use it in a car soap and it tells you use 2 ounces of it in the directions, the person is gonna use this and use it in 2 ounces. It's just saying it's marine grade, but you can use it in automotive. That is just the way it is. I'm asking a whole bunch of info on this, and certain things we can't get. We can't disclose what makes this the most biodegradable product. I'm just saying it's just biodegradable. I'm just gonna go as is, and this is the performance 90% of the people are going to get, and that is just facts. And I review products, and I'm cold as it is. This is just proof on me using a product, and not every product I like. That is one. That's just facts, bro. I'm not letting it sugarcoat something that is not working on screen as intended. Now, if they say it's automotive use, Adamo, then of course, just tell us how many ounces we need to do to use as a on an automotive soap. How many ounces do we need in the actual foam cannon? Like the education should be on the bottle, not me having to second guess and just say, oh, because I've tried other automotive boat soaps out there, like G Technics Marine soap. Yes, you can use it on car paint and it'll do just fine as well. Bro, I'm not mad at all. I'm just saying it's just the same thing. It is what it is. Yo, what's going on, Ghost? Like, like you're asking exactly what you're saying. You're asking the right questions. Now it's just I've tried G Technic Marine. Like I said, foams up just fine. When it tells me 2 ounces, I don't expect thick foam, but I just don't expect complete watery foam as well. So I'm just going to do the Key method here. And I am going to attach a shower nozzle, turn off the pressure washer, and move on to this. Like, yeah, the missed calls. Oh, that missed calls, Ryan. It was supposed not to have any pressure on there, but luckily it hit the towel. There we go. So this is the key nozzle right here, and let me bring y'all over here. And we'll move the camera over here. So this is just to flood out just whatever water is in here. And I want to get that soap out of the way before I do my actual. Just flood out just the last areas in here, and we'll move on to the quick detailer. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to leave that as is and just dry up the car as is to kind of flood up this area right down here. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that tight beads. And that is pretty much it. Everything up here is flooding out just the last bit of the cracks and crevices, like the side mirror right here. And that's it. Time for QD UV soap. Yo, happy fourth, happy fourth. Appreciate it, Ryan. A lot of work into this garage so far. Just waiting for my air compressor on that. And when I'm drying the vehicle, I like to always use two towels, period. That's how I like to do it, and two Diva rinsers. So one is acts like my squeegee, and then the second one is just like my final buff. So I'm using the two rinseless, the two Diva rinseless. And this product actually smells good. This one smells like sour green apple with like a clean scent. It just smells very nice. So first time using this, got to prime up the sprayer. Now this says it has some UV protection. And the UV protection is probably only really gonna last. Oh, that is nice and slick. That is slick. And now this smells good. This makes up for the soap smell. Like this just smells clean. I don't, smells like a sour, clean green apple. Now, in terms of slickness, it is nice. It is slick, and according to the UV protection that it has, it's not stout. From what I was asking them, they just said it's most likely just going to last until the next wash. So, say if you got no rain for the entire week, it'll probably last that entire week. Or if you do have a rainy day, it'll probably just last just that rainstorm, and that's about it. Yeah, this thing smells. This made up for everything. This smell and this wipe down makes it up for sure. It smells so nice. Let me just wipe this window down. Now my towel is saturated with some of that product. And the Diva rinseless just continues on absorbing. Look how damp this towel is. And I'm still just using that same side. And I'm using the secondary, the second Diva rinseless towel as my actual as my actual puff off towel. And that's how I like to use my towels. Right away, same thing. Grab your Diva rinseless, and that's it. Let me know what y'all think so far in the comment section. Do y'all think it needs a little bit more foam? Is it way too little foam? Um, you know, what is y'all verdict on this from seeing it for the first time? I'm using this as any first timer would. I'm reading the directions and I asked the questions before. So in terms of this quick detailer, like I said, it's very nice. It is slick. If I had to choose between this one and Detail Co, I truly prefer the smell of this one over Detail Co, but I prefer the slickness on the Detail Co one. And that's just because I love the, I don't know, it just smells like a clean scent. I wish somebody was here to smell this product and see it because it is so easy and it smells so good to use. So continuing around, going to grab this side and two Diva rinseless towels in this way, using as a drying aid is more than enough to dry an entire vehicle, as you see. Spray that down. And oh, this is my initial wipe towel right here. This coating is great so far. I've used the C6 Diamond Gloss coating on my customers out there in New York, and it's been holding up so far up north. And I don't doubt that it will hold up down here, especially since most people have garages, and the people that want a ceramic coating typically like to take care of the vehicle somewhat. And I wouldn't be surprised that it lasts a little bit longer down here. Haven't had any issues from any of my customers that called me on C6. They just love how it is. Now, one thing that's weird about C6 coatings is that they did market it as not as hydrophobic as hydro, but the hydrophobics are just still really good. Like if somebody was to put, for example, diamond gloss on one side and hydro on the other, I don't think anybody, as a blind test, nobody knows which panel has uh which coating. I don't think anybody will be able to tell the difference whether one is hydro and whether one is diamond. So probably the contact angle is a lot higher on hydro, but in terms of the way it is, that's it. Now, one thing to note, I do have my um DI water running at the end there because so much easier. Now I'm gonna just stop wiping and just focus on the rest of the podcast and answer some questions. Definitely want to get rid of this soap down here though on the cowl. Look at that. Nice, clean, and dry. Woo! So let me go back up. Let me go back up. See any questions from anyone? What's going on, Keith? Sock, drain in my garage? No, it just slopes all the way down. Becca, it slopes all the way down to the end of the driveway. Did you try the boat soap in a bucket to see how it feels on a wash mitt? Yes, that's where I dumped the rest of it. Dragon and feels feels good. It feels slick. It foamed up very very nice on in the bucket. No issues. Let me bring you in on the bucket in itself because what I did with pans is I used the entire foam cannon all over the car. But that is the soap on Wakeeater. So no issues on that whatsoever. No issues with the suds in there. Hurricane storm brewing for South Carolina. Yes, it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, I think. It's supposed to be thunderstorming, so that kind of sucks. Appreciate it, Slick. At least, nah, nothing like that, bro. Those light bars are the way to go, cheap and effective. Yes, so these light bars, I actually hardwired them into the wall, Slick. So they're just yeah, they just rerouted all the wires on the other end. They're LED and they have four different modes, which I'll do a quick little garage tour in a little bit while I catch up on these questions. And that is pretty much it. So I'll show you the modes. This way we could, whenever I do paint correction, I could just change the modes. I just get on a ladder, change uh the what do you call it? I could just change the kelvins on the lights and just see how whether I want warm light or cold lighting. Yo, what's going on, Rick? Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Soccer Titan Tim, do you have an opinion on cordless Ego power washer, even if you haven't used it? I've seen, I think Nick has it. It looks good. But I don't know. I don't know. I've never really used a cordless. The only cordless one I've ever used was a DeWalt one, and it was not the greatest. And then I tried the Bauer cordless pressure washer, wasn't the best either. So I really didn't like that. Next on Thor, soccer apparel, sock shirts. Clean foam 1 ounce is good enough. Exactly. I just try to put 2 ounces just in case it was my foam cannon or not foam cannon, my pressure washer or my water down here in South Carolina. I thought that's what was going to be the issue, but pretty much 2 ounces was way more than enough. Definitely 1 ounce is the way to go with that one. Science Buick. Yeah, the new Buicks, I don't know, I liked it and it rides really comfortable, very affordable. My wife likes it. This is gonna be my wife's car in the next couple of years, if everything is right. What I like to do with cars is I will lease them. Then if I get like a little melon or it's just something in terms of it's always a bunch of maintenance or issues with the vehicle going before the lease is up, then I tend to trade it in and try another car or try another vehicle or make model, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just more of I like to lease it first before I commit myself into something that I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2, 3 years. And yes, sir, we are here. We are here. So yeah, I'll do a quick little garage tour, Tim. Let me just dry this last piece of glass right here. Sorry, my headlight. Windshield. This is all gonna dry up right up here. Bam, bam. And I'm going to grab my camera and show ya just my basic setup that I have here. It's nothing too fancy. Try to keep it as optimal as I really can. So let me this right up here and clean the rest of the cowl later for this for the soap. So let me take y'all off this tripod here and we're gonna take a little walk. I'm gonna show y'all my setup. So this is um the big boy washer R Pro. This is the one that Keith uh gave to me. So appreciate Keith for that. Then he also gave me or let me choose the big boy deionizer. So that is what I have going. Then from here I ended up putting the I forgot this is the one that Keith has on his channel. He recommended this hose reel. I think it's a Bluebird hose reel. And then for the garden hose I'm sorry, it's called the Blue Shield. This is the garden hose, which is the Blue Shield one. Keith recommended, and this is just awesome. And this garden hose reel was super cheap on Webster. It's way cheaper than it is on Amazon, and it just works amazingly well. Mounted it up on the wall, tapped into the spigot outside. I got to fix this up. I don't like the way it looks so far, but I tapped into the water that goes into my spigot outside. It's directly right across the wall. And that's what I have now for this shelf. I got my favorite tire cleaner of all time. You guys all know it is ADS tire cleaner. And I typically use that in a 1 to 3 dilution ratio. Works fantastic, which I have it in the spray bottle for my wheel bucket. And this is the IK foamer, but the Labo Cosmeticals version, the Mafra. Then I got all my soaps that I would traditionally use, say Apex soap, Purifica, Primus, Incredible Suds, and then I have Clean by Pan the organizer. Then right here will be my foam cannon. Then here I pretty much designated everything almost to say their own product lines, per se. So here I got all the Labo stuff right here. So everything I mainly always use from Labo. So that's what I have here. And then down here will be possibly my Phoenix EOD stuff where they come in the other products. But here I have Fenrir, Peleus, and then I have a bit of Maniac stuff right here. Then this is all my DIY stuff pretty much. So I got two of everything. I got like two rinseless washes. Um, that's the second rinseless wash right up there. And then I got two ceramic gloss, iron movers, water spot removers. So that's there. Then I like to keep all my rinseless washes together. So these are the rinseless wash that I could say that are really good and I've always enjoyed them is Owner's Pride, Eco Wash, Nemesis, Clean by Pan, Iconic or Iconic, and then the DIY Detail rinseless wash. And then if I had Hero, Hero is another great option from ADS as well. Now here is where I have my compounds and polishes. I love Rio's Garage Fast Correcting Cream. Papa Cut is really good. I still think he definitely needs to improve the cut on this, but the finish works amazingly well. But in terms of cut, these two cut the most. Even Supreme Cut or the Last Cut Plus from J Price. Those are just crazy cutting compounds. Then I still put Endgame compound here because it's one of the strongest compounds. Then I have my Dr. Beasley's primer polish that I enjoy using from time to time. I just never really showed it on screen because the best person to look at for education for this stuff is Miranda from Phil Miranda from Detailing. He uses this a bunch. Yes, it does have a ghosting effect. Typically, you're not going to do a one step with at all with the NSP 150. This is their heavy cut. You'll probably just do a one step with the N95 and then follow up with a finish with that with 45. Then I have cleaning my pans, gold standard, and also fab polish down here. Then I have a secret sauce here, which I'll showcase when I need to, and C6 app on this wall. Moving along, put that to the side. This is where I have all my other clay towels here. So I have my DIY Detail clay towel, my McKee's 37 clay towel, and the Clean by Pans clay towel. And here you can see a significant difference on the quality of each of the clay towels. So here is the DIY Detail one. See, like the pores are a little bit more fine and evenly spaced than this is the McKee's 37. It's a little bit kind of wonky, but this still doesn't scratch or more of the paint. This is why I love this one. And then Clean by Pans, I don't know, it kind of feels like the same of the DIY Detail one. But in terms of my two favorites, I always typically gravitate to these two. This one works, I'm pretty sure, just fine. Then I got my drills here if I need to, my zero cuff wheel and body brush from TRC. Then I got my level one towels here, my Kirklands here. These are the ones I'm gonna wash later. My applicator savers, my what do you call that? My quadrants. These are my favorite to remove coatings all the time. I've always said it in my channel for the past like year and a half already, 2 years. And this is where I keep my giant towels. Then I got my little blower down there. Don't matter for that. Over here is my mighty HP 60 extractor. Yeah, I've already known. I've used this many, many times on my channel. Here will be my air compressor, which I ended up getting a California Air Tools air compressor. So that is what's going to go in here. It is super quiet. It's like 57 decibels, extremely quiet air compressor. Now moving along up here is my miscellaneous stuff, like say knee pads if I got to work outside or something. Got the Colombian Bam Bam that he recommends on his channel. Got my little air compressor here, a couple filters, and a Griot's Garage 25 quick disconnect cord. I shipped my Griot's Garage G9 back because it had a broken button, and they're gonna take care of that. Up here is my Bigfoot bag. There have a bunch of magic erasers that Titan Tim gave me. And then up there, I have some extra pads on the Geon one. Open up over here is all my interior stuff mainly. So on this top drawer is my ozone generator. Here is my all my interior products. So this is like Typhon diluted 1 to 15. This is Ductile diluted 1 to 10. That is Glico from Labo Cosmetica. That's my bio break, which I enjoyed. I have Sword and Fenrir diluted 1 to 5 for interior uses. Then here will be my corded or extra polishers. That's what I have right in here, which is mainly my rotaries. That's what I have here. And down here is where I have my SPTA. This is only if I'm applying app on the paint or prime polish, then I'm just applying it. And then everything else is like I pretty much said, my interior. So this is my Chief Steamer right here, 100 with the triangle and a couple attachments right then and there. So that's what I got going on there. Right on this top drawer right up here is where I have all my chargers, my D-wall chargers, Makita, Flex, Rupes, you name it, it's right there. Now, moving on to this is where I keep my coatings. Y'all all know I'm a huge fan of the HPC coatings as well, especially the HPC Pro from Labo Cosmetica. This is the ones I enjoy very, very much as a one. Even though they sell it as a 3-year, that is my 1 year pretty much coating. Not one, I'm sorry. They sell it as a 4-year, but this is my I apply this one as my 3-year. Super long work time, super slick, crazy water beating. You saw how much water beating 2.0 did on the wheels and on the glass. Now intensify that a little bit more, and even it adds gloss. So I like it. And then this is a coating I applied on my car, diamond gloss, just to give it a real world test and see how long it will last for me. Down here is all my interior stuff. So I got my Biobomb minis, Biobomb deodorizer, and Lifoam Kings interior brushes and stuff. This is all my interior kit right in here. Moving on to this one down here, it is empty. This is where I don't know what I'm going to put in this one, but I'll find out later. Down here, I just put a spare polisher, which is a DIY detail 25mm DA. Now this drawer will be my main polishing. This is the US Jungle. I got this. They had it on special. And this will be my main polishing cabinet. So this is where I have all my Merca tape right in here. Extra stuff if I got to remove a couple of, say, a side view mirror or something of that nature. Even some of the license plates. I have my Allen keys, my screwdrivers. I got my TDS meter to see how my water is running. Small little water pliers there. I got the McKillen's pressure washer gun. These are all my 5-inch polisher drawer. This is where I'm going to keep them pretty much. Then moving down here is where I have my towels. I have the gray towels coming in from Auto Fiber. These are my polish removal towels that I have on here as well. Shout out to Adrian from Detailed AF that sent me the towels. Now here is where I keep my 3-inch polisher, my 1-inch polisher, and my pads. These are the 3D purple foam pad. Love these pads, these spider pads. They're not spider pads, sorry. I think they call them spider if I remember. But yeah, I really love these pads. Now it's pretty hard to get these unless you go to Sky's the Limit and get the Car Pro versions, which work extremely well as well. Then I have my Rupes course. Then of course all the other ones. I got my Griot's Garage 1-inch pads right down there. So that's what I got going. Over here, I got my rubber wheel if I got to remove an emblem. Got my sanding. These are the ones from Rupes. I love these stuff. But I'm going to give Car Pro ones a shot since they have a different technology. Got my KXKs as well that I enjoy using as well. And the KXKs right here. Got my fishing line here to remove or debadge a vehicle. Then my extra probe lines right down there. And down here are all my 6-inch pads. So I got my wool pad here, and then everything else is for the DA. So I'm thinking of in the future, since I'm applying app, I always get confused a little bit on which pad I've used for app and which pad I haven't. So what I'm gonna do is buy the Clean by Pam's the white pad and just pair it up with the app since it's a white applicator as well. And I will only use from Pan the organizer his finishing pads to apply app. And that's how I'll keep it going from here on in. And then the DIY ones, I'll just interchange between the Detail Co and for finishing. So that is pretty much a quick tour of everything. Oh, besides this drawer where I have my Gatiba, wet wax, Final Lab, ceramic hybrid detailer. Got my Ragnarok here, diluted 1 to 5. Then I have it straight here, detail codes, BDE, Guardian, Lightning, and then the rest of pans. I have a other couple extra stuff coming in, so I'll be installing those later. So that is what I got going on. Um, let's see. Start getting an Audi RS. Nah, imagine. I wish. Big boy, that big boy works so good. To uh, yep, the Eco Wash. Can't go wrong with Eco Wash. Wheels Garage, Fast Correcting Cream, NSPs. Yeah, man. I use everything. Just the stuff that I like, I carry, and that's what I end up using. So even if they're sold by Thor or not, you know, I like that. Yep, NSPs a lot. Especially I like using their 95s if I'm doing a one step. If you're just doing a one step, I love to use the N95 from Dr. Beasley's. Yes, on the piano black trim or even darker color vehicles, you get that ghosting effect on it, but you just coat right over it, and after a couple hours, it's gone. So that's why sometimes some people don't use NSPs as well. And literally, you just need one little tiny pea size drop where it covers the whole thing. I've tried to put NSP surprisingly inside a spray bottle to try to spray it, and it just doesn't work too well with it. Just because I know since they said only use one small pea size, it's pretty much the equivalent of say spraying one spray of the gold standard on the pad, but it just doesn't work that well with it. Also, Phoenix EOD, Paprika, Majestic Solutions. Yep, Paprika's good. When it comes to super hard clear, it's not my favorite to use whatsoever. Appreciate it, appreciate it. I'll have a dedicated video on my tour, my garage, probably later today or tomorrow. That's what I'll do. And yeah, I'm pretty much all set. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this podcast. In terms of Wake Eater, this is how much of Wake Eater I've used to try to get light foam. That's what I ended up getting. Um, and then obviously clean by pans, which is 2 ounces, was way more than enough. Now, in terms of the quick detailer, it made up completely for the smell of the soap. Completely. This was actually a very, very, very good detailer. I really enjoyed it. I love the smell of this. If say they were to replace the smell of this one into lightning fast, because I like lightning fast a little bit better. It's slicker in my opinion um than this one, but in terms of the smell, this one to me just smells, it just gives that nice super clean great smell. This is still slick, don't get me wrong, but yeah, so this actually worked very, very, very good. So that's it. Out of the two products, which one was my favorite? I prefer this one overall. Smells better. To me, I like the smell of this. It is slick, works amazing as a drying aid. Now, in terms of the UV um, protection, there is no real claim whatsoever that I can find out of. Just pretty much it'll last till your next wash. And that next wash, if it rains, I'm pretty sure if it rains, your UV protection is gone. If it doesn't rain for a whole week, it'll probably last a couple of days, 5 days maybe, but at least some protection is on your paint from UV. Now, in terms of the soap, saw how much I've used, didn't get a lot of suds. I don't like the smell of this. That is just my opinion. Everybody's scent is different. I just don't I just don't like the way it smells. That's just me. And in terms of sudsing up, it didn't suds up as much as some other marine grade soaps that I've used before in the past. And yeah, it's just I had to use way more product than I needed to for this. But yeah, that is pretty much it. In terms of foaming up in the bucket, foamed up just fine, as you saw my bucket. Nothing else to it. So other than that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will see all of y'all next week's podcast. We'll see what we have cooking up, and that is about it. So later, guys. Peace.